Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Icehouse podcast. Today, I'm very excited about this podcast recording because we have Raewyn Goodwin on the podcast. Welcome, Raewyn.
Thank you for inviting me, Bryar.
No worries. And Raewyn needs no introduction. She is Raewyn, the customer relationship partner at the Icehouse. We call her the walking CRM. She has been here for 20 years and pretty much has met every alumni, which is incredible. Is that right, Raewyn?
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, yes. That is pretty cool. So excited to chat to Raewyn, get to know her a little bit more and hear about her time at the Icehouse and some things that she enjoys. So are you ready for some quick fire questions?
I am. Fire away.
Awesome. Let's do it. What is your coffee order?
Trim flat white.
Oh, I like it. Nice.
Yes.
Morning or night person?
Mainly morning, but I might stay at night if there's something binge-worthy on Netflix. I have been known to stay up quite late. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
Flexible.
Nice. Favorite meal ever?
Actually, when I think about that, it's not the meal, it's the place. And the most amazing place I've had dinner was at a black tie dinner with 200 expats on the Great Wall of China as the sun was setting, and it was just surreal. It was just amazing experience.
Wow. Was it one of those moments in life that you just will not forget?
Yeah. No, it was just incredible. It was.
That's cool. Good answer. Favorite place in the world?
Of course, I love New Zealand, but I can remember being in Paris on a boat going down the Seine, sun shining on the banks, and people were waltzing and dancing, which I thought was really romantic and quite gorgeous.
Oh, I love that. Paris is beautiful.
It is beautiful.
Yeah. When you're not working, how do you like to spend your time, Raewyn?
People know I'm a bit of a Chardonnay drinker. I like to have a good Chardie. Catch up with friends. I got a little dog called Lionel, who's our chief morale officer at the Icehouse. So I enjoy taking him to the beach and walking and stuff like that. Yeah, so eating out and just relaxing really.
Awesome, that's great. What is the first thing that you will do once you are out of that Auckland lockdown?
I think I need to get my hair done, but that's rather vain. Catching up with groups of friends I haven't been able to catch up with. I wish the bubble was open because my family lives in Sydney, so particularly missing my granddaughters, but hey, that's what it is. Yeah,
fingers crossed very soon.
Absolutely.
I've added a couple extras. What are some of the nicknames that you've got over the years?
Oh, look, I've been given, Camp Mum is the main one I've been given. My nickname is Winnie, which I've had for many, many years. I guess it's because Raewyn Goodwin, and I've had that, so lots of people call me that. Mama Bear, someone on the current program's calling me. Razor is another one. So, I don't know why I inherit all these. I'm not sure if they're complimentary or not. I just pretend they are.
They are, that's right. We introduced you as customer relationship partner, but really Camp Mum, which is really good. Who's your favorite alumni? No, I'm just kind of
no, don't go there.
No, just joking. Cool, we'll jump into the main questions. Walk us through your career to date, Raewyn, and what you did before working at the Icehouse. Would love to hear.
Okay, well, I started actually many years ago, given my age, working at the showgrounds, and they used to work in the office there, and they used to run AMP shows, Easter show, boat show, international trade fair, all that kind of stuff, which is heaps of fun.
Cool.
Also, the police dog handlers used to do a lot of training there, and so did the customs dogs during doing drug detection for the animals training, dogs training actually. And actually at one stage they laid the drugs down in one of the auditoriums, and the dogs picked up more drugs than they'd laid down, so that was quite hilarious. So someone was a bit, nervous about that, I would imagine. From there, mainly after that, have been in the area of training and development, working for the Institute of Management, Franklin Covey. And then eventually I came to be at the University of Auckland Business School in short courses. So I was there for a few years and moved from short courses into executive development. As a client relation manager there, and actually looking after the online graduate diploma of business.
Awesome. Yeah, that's cool. It's quite a wide range of things. When did you first hear of the Icehouse, and then how did the whole opportunity of working for the Icehouse come about?
Well, I was very fortunate as I was working for executive development, and the person that was running it then was Philippa Reed, and she put my name forward. So I was incredibly fortunate to have that opportunity. So that came about.
Yeah.
So then I met the renowned Andy Hamilton and got to know obviously David Irving, met Deb Shepherd and Chris Woods, who you know, have designed and developed the program, and we're fortunate that they're still involved with it to this day.
Yeah.
Totally. So yes, so she put my name forward, I got involved, and then Andy and I got in the car and we had many trips going around looking for venues to run the owner manager program, and we ended up running our courses at that time down at Hotel Divan in Rangatawhiri Valley.
Yeah. Oh wow. So right there from the beginning, you have literally seen it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very, very cool. I like that. So explain what your role is at the Icehouse, and how do you explain it to others, like family?
Well, I just kind of say that mine is post-sale. So once the customer growth partners sign someone up, they move over to me, to my care. So I'm pre-program and on program. So I'm people's point of contact for both of those. Yeah. And I work with the faculty, the directing team, venues, etc. So mine really, I'd say, is about the customer experience, and you know, I've got KPIs around that.
Lots of relationship.
Well, it's about the relationship, and conversely from that you have happy alumni, which then you know, we're able to leverage that, I guess, in terms of sales.
Totally. Yeah, that's awesome. I know you hold a real special place in lots of the alumni's hearts, and just making them feel comfortable when they turn up.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's great, because I'm very fortunate, because, you know, I love what I do, and it's all about the people.
Yeah, I love that. It is all about the people. Cool. 20 years. It's an incredible feat. Why the Icehouse for you, and what's keeping you around? You said it was all about the people, but maybe a bit more on that.
I'm really proud of what the Icehouse stands for, and the impact that we have made on the Icehouse. The Icehouse has made on alumni, people on the programs, and in turn that has an impact on, you know, New Zealand as a country, what they do. So yeah, I mean, I get my buzz out of being on programs and seeing people, and I love just watching them grow. And you know, they come along nervous on day one, and then, you know, at the end of the program, they've built up some wonderful friendships and relationships.
Yeah, that's so cool. You must see, that sort of journey just develop of friendships and connections, and right from the start, which is awesome.
Totally.
Yeah. Do you walk along the street and see people a lot, and they go Raewyn or Cat Mum, or?
Well, not so much walk along the street, but I remember saying to, you know, Liz Wallaceburn, as you all know, CEO of Growth, one day I was driving into work and I'm like, oh, there's an alumni truck, there's an alumni building, there's an alumni. And I thought, each day, if I haven't done it, but each day if I was to ring anyone that I'd seen in that period of time on that day, it's amazing just how many alumni we do have and how many we've reached, which is really interesting. I loved the vaccination day on Saturday, and one of our alumni, Ben Fruin, LJ Foods, which is fish and chips, he was offering on vaccination day, and I'm like, yep, that's one of ours. And you know, just so many people we've reached and touched, and
it's like a joy and pride day when you see.
You're right, joy and pride
business. And I hear all the sort of staff say this, but the people in our world's like, I don't know, my husband, I'll be like, oh, they're an alumni.
I know. Okay, cool. I know. I feel like when I'm out with friends and I'm like, oh, they mentioned, oh yeah, that's one of ours. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I really need to rein this in. It sounds like, you know.
I know.
Yeah,
like, okay, but we're just very proud of our alumni and our community.
Yeah, we are, definitely.
That's awesome. What does a day in the life of Camp Mum of Raewyn look like in normal times? Not so much.
Well, normal times, a lot of my time is on program. So I'm there quite a bit, building up those relationships. And if I'm in the office, I'm obviously a part of the growth team, which is great. And yeah, just making connections and doing the things, venues, people.
Lots of
stuff that goes with it.
Lots of logistics in your world too, that you organise for these people, which is helpful. Awesome. Yeah, that's great. What is your favourite aspect of your role?
One thing I like in particular is I love the fact that I've spoken to people before they come on the program, and I get, so many will say, "Oh, I'm really nervous," and I'm whatever, and so they come along day one and they're a bit uneasy about the whole thing, and then I come back the next day and I'm like, man, I can't believe the change that's happened since yesterday to today. And the Icehouse has a process around that in terms of the introductions that allows people to relax and build up those relationships, which is, a great thing, which is outstanding.
Yeah, so true. The confidence jump, like I remember.
It does, yeah.
It does, yeah. I remember heading to, it would have been about a year ago now, but heading to one of our programs and that first day, and the vibe was honestly like first day of school, just a little bit nervous.
Yeah.
But then once you get the introductions out of the way, people are chatting and connecting.
Yeah, they are. They're just, exactly.
Nothing quite like it, eh? Yeah, it's great.
There isn't.
Nice. Any highlights, Raewyn, from the last 20 years or standout moments? It's probably hard to pinpoint a few, but...
highlights and standout moments, let me think. Obviously 20 years, I'm getting older and they're getting younger. But, I look back and I reflect on the first program that we had, and it was full of some very big personalities. Prior to the course, I got a call from one person said, look, I'm a bit nervous. I, didn't even get past fifth form at school. And I said, look, don't worry, you'll be absolutely fine. Turns out he had a Mitre 10 store, and I found that interesting. And now his son is on the current program. So 20 years on, we have a son and he's still involved in the business. So, I guess for me, what I like is when I look at that, the impact we are having, that now we're seeing children of owners who've been on previous programs coming through. Another highlight is for the first time, we've had a baby on the course.
Yes, tell us more.
Yeah, so there's a woman who's pretty amazing, and she happens to have 4 children, and she's brought her youngest along with her, Guy, who's won the hearts of everyone on the course. And she gets one of our alumni companies called Rock My Baby to look after Guy while we're in class. And so we get to see him in the evenings and in breakfast, and it's amazing. How all the participants, if they're missing their children or whatever, just thoroughly enjoying. So we've started the program, and in that time we've watched Guy start to crawl, and now there's been a gap because we've had to postpone our program. So by the time we go back, I'm sure Guy will be walking. So we look forward to his. So that's been nice.
That's amazing, nice. Yeah, I was talking to her, and she just said she knew she would be able to enjoy the program more if she knew Guy was around and not trying to dream up what was happening at home more. So that's so cool to make it accessible to her. And
another highlight I think of is 2 people I've got to know who are alumni on 2 different programs, and they're getting married, and they've invited me to their wedding in February. So very privileged to be invited.
Yeah, so special, and just highlights the impact that you've had on people's lives and how much they respect you. And I love what you said about the sort of father-son thing, because obviously the Icehouse has stuck around for that person in their mind, and they know it's something that their son would benefit doing, and that's sort of that generational sort of impact, which you're starting to see come through now, which is a special perspective.
It is very, very special. Yeah.
This is an interesting question, but what are the most common challenges that you see some of the owner managers facing?
We hear it time and again, and the same as you've heard it, and so to Gavin on his road trip is the imposter syndrome, that people think, oh, like we'll send out the profiles prior to the program, and people look at them and think, oh gosh, I'm not as successful, or these people have got better businesses, and then they come along and they realize, hey, I'm as good as anyone else. So yes, that is one of the things I think is one of the challenges. You even mentioned it just then, like that person that sort of got in touch with you from that first one and said, I didn't finish school, I'm not good enough to be on this. It's a recurring thing that happens, and I think especially in New Zealanders as well, so it's an interesting one. But if you're listening, you are good enough to be on the program. Exactly. Well, that's right.
There's some way that we can help you, which is great. Nice. What does community mean to you? You and I have the privilege of talking to lots of alumni and our community and supporting them on program and post program. What does that idea of community mean to you?
The idea of community to me means bringing people together, connecting people, and you do that very much through Icehouse Central. We all have different ways of communicating, and it's a sense of belonging, and people want that. And more importantly now, I think it is that we're needing that. Yeah, completely agree. And I think community can look different to lots of people. Like some people like online. Other people, it doesn't suit them, but they'll love attending an event. Other people don't enjoy events as much. It can be a fluid thing and look different in people's worlds of what they like. But in one way or another, community is important to every person because everyone likes to feel valued and connected. And they do. It's that connection. Absolutely. Especially for our business owners, I think can be lonely at the top sometimes. And so it's nice to be able to just take the pressure off and have a good conversation with another business owner that gets it. And that's what our community is all about. Well, that's the thing, as business owners, they're quite lonely, and you can't really talk to your staff about your difficulties, but you come along to a program and you're like, it doesn't matter what industry you're in, your issues could still be the same across. So to share that unashamedly with others is one of the benefits of community in our programs. Totally. Together. That's a good segue. Are there any other benefits of community and just people supporting each other? I think it's being there for the good times and the bad, and the different cohorts have supported some others. We've had some very sad stories that have happened, and people reaching out and leaning into each other in good times and in bad times. And it's amazing. And even now I hear from people saying, oh, I'm so missing my Icehouse cohort. I wish we could get back together. And, so I think it's those relationships which are really important, and that will be ongoing for a period of time. And some happen informally, not with us. They happen on WhatsApp group, which is more about the banter. And, Icehouse Central is more about being business centric. That's it. That's brilliant. It's cool. And some of the podcasts I've done with alumni, a lot of them have said, as an adult, when do you ever get an injection of 25 new friends? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And that's that's what I say as well when talking to people. We know the content, which we get feedback on that, but one of the biggest benefits of the program is networking with like-minded people who share your vision and ambition. And it's cool to see when sort of life updates happen, whether that be 2, 5, 10, 20 years after you've been on program. They're people you want to reach out to, and they'll champion you, whatever's going on, because you've had that bond. Yes, definitely. That's awesome. I get excited talking about community. What are some of the ways that the Icehouse build community
So yeah, we've got on-program connection and events. Any other things you reckon?
No, mainly those. As I say, things do happen. They do organise their own events as well and network. There's a funny story about two people on a course, and at the final night their wives got together and got to know each other and got quite friendly, so they went to the French Open together. So I thought that was rather random and quite interesting.
Yeah, connections happening left, right and centre.
Yeah,
it's good. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I kind of mentioned it before, but there's so many different ways that people like to feel connected, whether that be Icehouse Central online or events, or on program connection is massive, reunions, milestone dinners and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, lots of things going on. So if you are watching this and you're wanting to get involved in the community, then just reach out. We are your people. Well, everyone in the Icehouse will get you connected. But yes, we love adding people back into the fold of the Icehouse community. What is the Icehouse community of alumni taught you, Raewyn, over the years?
They've taught me that they are the unsung heroes.
Wow.
They're the backbone of the New Zealand economy. And for most part, unless it's a brand, you really wouldn't have heard of so many of the companies. And yet, you know, the stories are stories. And that's what I love the stories. And fortunate to have been a part of this for this length of time. So yeah, count myself very, very lucky. Very lucky. And that goes for, you know, the people I work with and the directing team and our alumni who are just wonderful.
Yeah, the Icehouse really is an incredible sort of family and team, right?
Yeah.
All like working for something with a bigger purpose and a great impact. So yeah, totally ditto on that end. Awesome. This has been a good chat. I feel like we've, you know, dived deeper into what you do.
Well, thanks, Bryar. Thanks for that. I really appreciate you inviting me.
No worries. I've got one more ending on a bit of a fun note.
Oh, yeah.
What is something quirky or interesting that not many people know about you?
Oh, well, I hate to admit this, but I used to be secretary for Auckland Water Safety for a number of years. But I never let on that I can't swim. And I still can't, which is deplorable living in New Zealand. I actually love the water, but I still can't swim. So no, They didn't ask that question in the interview process and I didn't tell them. So there you go.
I started laughing in advance because I had a feeling you'd say that. And I love that story because, yeah, I don't know how you managed that one.
No, I don't know either, but anyway. It's out there now, Bryar.
It's out there for the world to know. Thank you so much, Raewyn. You're an absolute legend, and it's awesome to sort of get to know what you do behind the scenes and your love for community in the Icehouse. So appreciate you being on the podcast.
Oh, thank you very much. Enjoyed it.